What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the CF Podcast. I am your host, Clint, and we've got Mr. Larry Vickers back with us.
Thank you, Vickers Tactical. Vickers Tactical side of the house, once again, sponsored by CCWSafe. Check them out at CCWSafe.com.
Perfect. And for the first time, not as a guest, but as another co-host, we've got Kaya.
What's up, guys? Happy to be here.
Are you?
Very happy, especially with your mustache.
Oh, you
I'm
like
looking
it
right
too?
at it, too.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I appreciate that so much. And the kind, gentle laugh that we're getting from the other side of me is our friend and guest, Alex Zedra.
Hi. It's my first time here. I'm having a blast so far.
Yeah, we're having
I'm surrounded by guns. This is great.
Yes, for all of you that have seen our YouTube videos, you have seen the video room. In a sense, you've at least seen the back wall where we got a bunch of guns. Well, that continues on for about 3/4 of the way, and then we got another cool wall, and then another cool wall, and the podcasting station, a bunch of guns laying around. It's a lot to keep up with, but it's a good time.
Yeah, the brick looks great.
Yeah, the brick came in nice.
Very nice.
Yeah, Kaya laid it himself.
Yeah, it was a team effort. I don't want to take the credit, especially that corner. That's the work of art from Mr. Clint Morgan.
That's not on camera for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
All right.
I like how it just fades into another color. It looks very nice.
All right. Anyway, so we've all three of us on this side of the tables. We've all introduced ourselves in previous podcasts and everything. But for those of you that might be new and tuning in, I am Clint with Classic Firearms and have been here for a while, and you guys have seen my face way too much and heard my voice too much. So I'm going to let Larry kick it off really quick and just give us a little bit of brief background about you, sir.
Retired Special Operations. I was in Special Ops in the Army for 20 years, Delta Force for 15. Old guy. I got the old guy thing going on. Had cancer survivor.
Yep.
Woohoo.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yay.
Thank you very much. And I'm glad to be here, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
Dude, we're happy to have you, Larry. I'm glad to see you kind of backing out and then back out in the industry. And whenever you kind of hit us up and said, like, dude, because it was Adam with Canic and Century Arms that said, hey man, what if we got Larry out here? And I was like, dude, yeah, I've talked with Larry before because you came in at the old place to pick up a BM59 barrel, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's do that. And after that, it's just been friendship and everything.
Oh yeah,
else,
it was by chance too. I was on the bubble whether I was going to come or not, and I was like, no, you know what, I'm going to go. Yeah. I've been kind of hiding under a rock for long enough. Yeah. I'm glad I did. It's been a home run ever since.
Yeah, us too, man. Well, thank you. And Kaya.
Well, with Classic Firearms now, brand new here.
Yeah.
Super happy to be here. And as for my background, just local, state, and federal. Yeah, I know. I did all three.
Local, state, and federal law enforcement.
Yep. Background. And I like guns. I do.
Yeah.
And here I am.
I don't
God
think,
bless you.
Maybe to stir the pot one day, we'll get somebody in here that doesn't like guns.
Oh.
That would be something. Maybe. We'll see. But somebody who really hates guns sitting right across from me, Alex.
Yes, I hate them.
Yeah, we know. Well, first of all, thanks for coming in and hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
didn't, the first time we did what did we give away? The Barrett.
Yeah, the M107. Which, ironically enough, we just started that. Another Barrett M107 giveaway.
Woohoo!
Yep, so happy.
Oh, God. I can't believe that, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of the viewers can't either. But
Yeah. I know, this is a scam.
Yeah.
No.
The scam is actually in the comments, by the way.
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I literally posted a video that I was doing a giveaway a couple days ago, and they are reaching out to these people and messaging through an app.
Yeah.
And then asking them for like $150 for a shipping cost for me to send them whatever the giveaway is. And people are doing it.
Yep.
And they're like, I sent you $150. I'm like,
no, you didn't.
I had that happen to me, yeah. I was involved with a gun that was getting raffled or whatever, I can't remember. And I had a guy email me, hey, man, I had this up. And I go, dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
You got to use some common sense.
Yeah.
Probably 10 emails in the last like 24 hours saying that they feel like they're getting scammed, or like, hey, did I win? I sent, $150. I'm like, oh gosh, I need to make a statement about this.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like I needed to make a statement because it was pretty obvious when every single person in the comment section is a winner. So I just felt like it would be pretty obvious to like look and see that it's a scam, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
It is all over the place because our buddy Mr. Guns and Gear and Tactical Toolbox, same thing in the comment section and stuff.
Yeah,
and
Kentucky Ballistics, he's like, his is really bad too.
You know what's going to end up happening here probably real soon is there's going to be that disclaimer in the video.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
just
Yeah,
heads up.
that's
if you
actually
see
a really
something,
good idea.
if there's in the
Yeah.
comments, it's a scam. Don't pay attention to it.
Right.
I've done that a couple of times, and it depends on where you put it in the
Yeah,
video,
people
stuff
don't-
like that. And sometimes they're like,
Yeah, no
okay, yeah,
kidding.
great, thanks. I almost fell for that. Or sometimes it's like, well, it would have been nice to know sooner. And it's like,
Yeah, why didn't you put
It's
that at the
like,
beginning?
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, you're right.
well,
The guy watches 2 minutes of a 5-minute video, and it's in the last 30 seconds.
yeah,
What about
Yeah.
pinning a comment?
yeah. Oh yeah, we can pin a comment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
that's
that's
easy
probably
enough. Yeah,
That's
probably
true.
that.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. So getting back to it, Alex. So you're here visiting today. We've got some pretty fun stuff lined up. We are going to be. So yeah, our first giveaway together was the Barrett M107.
Yep.
You and I ran a drill against each other, and I.
That was like 2 years ago.
That was about 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, and we may have gotten a little bit in trouble because we weren't supposed to be shooting 50
Yeah,
cals.
and we were mag dumping them and running with
Of course
them,
you're
and
mad dumping.
You have to mag dump that thing.
I mean, dude, it's a really good time. I mean, I'm sure if you ask nicely, we'll probably bring our current M107, and I think I might have a few hundred rounds laying around. So you know,
It's got zombie blood
just a
on
few
it.
hundred. Excuse me.
Hey,
Not just
it's
saying.
got zombie blood on it.
it does.
Oh,
it does. If
can
you
we
didn't
not talk
see
about
our-
zombies?
Oh, really?
not go down that road.
We're gonna get
Why
there.
not?
No
Oh,
way.
no,
I'm curious.
Oh,
Why-
oh, don't
why
worry,
not?
Kaya. Hey, you know what? We're just gonna pin that. We're gonna come back to it. All right? We're coming
Pin that
right back.
comment.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna come right back to
gonna
that.
delete that.
But fun day because now after the M107, you and I worked together again on a Mark 12 giveaway. Daniel Defense hooked us up on that one, which was pretty sweet. And I may
ran.
I may have lost to you.
A match, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I may have lost that one. So
You
today,
actually lose? You're capable of losing?
so
Yes.
you know, when
He'll still shoot, and I was eating a sausage.
yeah. And then waving her sausage in my face. It was a grand time. Anyway, if you're curious as to what was happening, just watch the video. It's on YouTube, nowhere else. So anyway, all right. So continuing on, now we've got you messaged me the other day and you're like, hey, where can I find an M1 Garand? And I was like, funny you should ask. It's kind of a good thing you messaged me. Because today we've got some fun stuff where you're going to be picking up an M1 Garand. We're going to be running a couple of drills with that, and we'll see how good we are with some truly classic firearms. See what I did there?
The good thing I cut my fingernails last night.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
I was like,
'cause,
I'm gonna get rid of these. My thumb is gonna get jacked up. I feel like.
Yep. Yep.
Now-
Grand Thumb is not for the win.
No.
Oh.
Did you guys just get those, or have you had the Garands?
We've had a couple of Grands. We like to kind of keep in stock. Well, not really in stock, but for maybe future giveaways, things like that, or partnerships, collaborations, whatever it might be. A couple of cool guns, and so that's something that we decided to do was hold on to a couple of these, and now it just happened to work out where
Yeah,
Alex
no
is like,
kidding.
hey, I'm in the market, and it's
The
like, okay,
stars
well, I got
aligned.
something. Yep. So all that's pretty cool. So we're gonna have a fun day with that.
Yeah, I'm pumped because everything I have is like so tactical. So I was like, I've shot like World War II weapons. I've shot immigrants and other things like that, but
Right.
I don't. It's such a totally different kind of gun, and it's a clip, not a mag. And I'm
That's
like,
right.
it's a whole nother like
It's
process.
old school.
Yeah.
It's OG.
Yeah,
tactics.
so
right.
it's like a
It's
little
OG
learning.
tactical.
So
That's
you
how
might
it
have
is.
the upper hand on me on this one, but if I
Maybe.
beat you, it's gonna look really, really bad.
Well, here's a pointer. You watch Saving Private Ryan,
Yes.
of course. It does not have the same recoil as the blank fire
Right.
guns in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the OG battle
This is
rifle,
OG.
you know, and
You'll know it when you pull the trigger.
30
Right.
6, man.
30-06.
30-06.
Yeah.
It's a powerful round, and it's a good time. And everybody loves the classic ping. You know, oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah.
But
That's all I want to do.
yeah, so you want to just go ping. So we'll be doing a lot of that today. Don't worry. But anyway, so my question to you is to kind of kick things off, though, is like, we've seen you, as Operator Mara in Call of Duty. We've, I know you've done like some, you've done competitive like fitness, like bodybuilding, things like that before.
Yeah, that was a terrible, terrible time.
Yeah, oh Lord. Well,
God awful.
What you do to your body during that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what's messed up is you see your body in an unhealthy, unrealistic state.
Right. Yeah.
So if you were to gain any weight or be like normal,
Yeah.
you're comparing yourself to an unhealthy individual. Like you're dehydrated and
Right.
that a very, very low body fat percentage, especially as a female, it's like dangerous.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just like a mentally, I mean, even still to this day, it's probably been like almost 10 years now. No, maybe about 7 years, but it's still god awful.
yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah, it is. I like years ago I tried that. I was like,
not
you know what?
worth it.
I want to get in it better shape, get the abs and all that stuff. And I remember this. I was so depressed because I wanted to eat something fun, like a burger and fries, right?
I used to put cake in my mouth and then I would spit it out.
There you go.
My God.
Dude, it's like, it's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Well, I was also a baker. I owned a cupcake bakery with my mom. So it was like, it was the worst time. Like, why do I eat fitness and bake cupcakes at the same time?
Can't. No, it's horrible. Like, you just want to eat the good stuff or whatever. And when you do, you hate yourself.
Yeah, you're
and
depressed.
When you can't, when you don't, you hate yourself.
Yeah.
Like, there's no in between. Like,
I remember going out and all my friends were having a great time. They're like, there's this place in Myrtle Beach. I don't know if you've ever been, but it's called Boathouse.
I think I have, actually.
It's free. Like, I mean, they have headlining bands that come out and play for free.
Yeah.
And everyone shows up on their boats. Everyone's in bikinis and everyone's just hanging out. Really, really good vibes. And I'm there, you know, shredded six pack. And everyone's like, oh my God, you look so great. And I'm like, thank you. And they're eating pizza and having beer and eating cheeseburgers and having a great time. And I'm sitting there with a six pack miserable. And I'm like,
you know what?
No one cares.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
You look great.
Cares. Like, you look great, but we're gonna go have fun. Like, enjoy your misery in the corner over there. You know, it's just no one cares if you have a six pack or not. They really don't. No, it's not worth it.
I get that. So, well, I mean, so how long did you do that for?
Probably like 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
Eating out of Tupperware. I used to bring like tilapia to school when I was in college. And I was embarrassed to heat it up in a microwave because it smelled so bad.
You were that person.
So I would eat it cold. Now, if you have tilapia or any kind of fish that's been sitting in Tupperware, it gets this gelatin stuff coating, and it's so disgusting. And you just down it. I mean, that was it. You're just so committed to like that lifestyle. It didn't matter, and it just it ruined fish for me. Like, to this day, like, I'll eat salmon. Anything else, I'm like. Yeah.
Nope.
Just brings me back.
Oh, no, that's terrible.
It's awful.
So how did you get to the point where, I mean, you do Twitch streaming. Obviously, you're big in the game, you know, the gamer world and everything. You know, we saw your video where you were going to the different GameStops grabbing the Operator Mara posters and stuff. You know, I thought that was pretty cool. And actually, let's go back even further. So your gun interest, where did it come from?
I was born and raised in South Carolina, so I mean,
say no more.
Yeah, you get a shotgun in your hand when you're, a kid just for fun because everyone wants to look at you.
That's pretty much like by the time you turn 1, that should be like your first gift.
Right, it is, and then and then until you're old enough to own one of your own. I mean, we had 22s when we were kids. We were allowed to have a 22. We could even go in the backyard by ourselves when we were like 11, 12. Yeah. But I mean, you start with like a pellet gun and a Daisy, like we're sitting there pumping these little guns in the back.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
That's how it started, and then you get into hunting, and then and then actually took a break from shooting guns for a while, just from being in college or high school. It was like, I was poor, eating ramen, and me and Brian were talking about this the other day. I was like, dude, I survived off so many junior bacon cheeseburgers and McChickens, Wendy's and McDonald's. I was in college. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to afford.
Dollar menu air.
Yes.
Back when it was really a dollar menu.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, inflation. Yeah. But, well, that's cool. So, I mean, what do you recall, like, the first time shooting a gun? Like, how old were you, do you think?
I don't remember.
So I was
so young.
Yeah, I was 7.
That's the right answer.
Yeah. I was so young.
Yeah, I was 7. That's good.
Yeah, I was 7.
Usually it's about, that's pretty, were you North Carolina, South Carolina?
North Carolina. So I grew up right outside of Charlotte in Mecklenburg County. And if you crossed the street, you were in Charlotte. And so we used to get CMPD called on us all the time.
But you're outside city limits. So
but literally outside. So, the cops would pull up and we'd be out there with our guns and everything else and skeet shooting with the field right next to us. And cop would hop out of his car and was like, boys, you guys can't be doing it. You're at the city limits. It's like, double check your map, sir. And he'd be like, oh, yep, you're right. So what you shooting? It's like, uh-oh, put the fun stuff away. You know what I mean? Right. Just kidding. Anyway, but yeah, so, I was 7 when my dad put a M1 carbine in my hand because it was one of those things where it was like, his philosophy was, if you can field strip it and put it back together, you can shoot it.
Right.
And I was like, okay, cool.
That's cool. I like that.
So, a 1911 took me forever, that's a lot. And on top of that, I was expecting the backhand if I gave it the idiot scratch, you know what I mean? And I was like, uh-oh. Dad, I need to watch you take this apart like a lot more.
That's cool though, because even as kids, like I remember taking like telephones apart.
Yeah.
Just to see what the internals were and to put it back together just for fun. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Definitely. You're
if
a
any
lot
other
smarter
kid did
than
that. I mean, obviously never worked when I put it back together, but just because you want to see what's going on.
Right.
So it's actually really cool, like, as a kid to like, hey, if you can strip this.
Hey, I tell you, have you guys seen that? Now you're on this topic. This is pretty funny. I know you've seen that meme that says, hey, girls, if your boyfriend can't field strip and maintain one of these, you got a girlfriend. It's an AR.
Yeah.
An AR. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I like the one where it's just like it's a AR firing pin. It's like if your boyfriend can't identify what this is, you got a girlfriend.
Right, that's
know?
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That cracks me up. Kaya, do you know what that looks like?
No. What is it?
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing with you, Kaya. Kaya, you've been doing some pretty cool stuff for a long time now, right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, depends. Cool is
Yeah,
kind
so-
of relative, right? Yeah, I've done a few things.
dude, no. Well, so did
I mean,
you,
I just can't say that when I have Larry Vickers sitting right next to me. There's no way. It's
Oh,
just like, come on.
Sure, but
Yeah.
but something that all of us can appreciate though is like you immigrated from Turkey into the United States, and a lot of the comments that I read on our podcast were like, dude, this is the American citizen that belongs in America, and so I thought that was pretty cool that you got that kudos, man. So
No, thanks, man. I'm definitely grateful for this country, and the American dream is real. It exists. I live it. Yeah, right now what I see out there, like a lot of people do not appreciate this country. They have no idea how it is out there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what saddens me. It is really, I understand we're not perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody is, right? Of
course.
But by far, like this is, in my opinion, as an immigrant, the greatest country on earth, for sure.
I remember when I was in Morocco for some training with the Marines, and we were driving through, we were getting like this big police escort, bunch of Marines on buses and stuff like that. And I mean, it was a long convoy of just all sorts of police escorts running through traffic, motorcycle cops blocking traffic and stuff like that. And I remember we were going out in the middle of the desert somewhere in Tantan, Morocco, and I saw a building with no roof and a woman with like 3 or 4 kids, and the woman was sweeping out her house.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm like, we ain't got no roof. It's going to be dirty again in a couple minutes. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, that right there, I mean, it's different when you travel to some of these countries, and it's kind of like, you're right. You really don't start to appreciate what you got until you kind of get that different perspective, and that's something that I appreciate about traveling.
In the military, all you got to
Yeah.
do is one deployment overseas, and that says it all.
Yeah, you might know a thing or two about that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's a different world out there. Like, especially like when I was in law enforcement, some people were just saying like just the local level, right? Oh, the police state. I understand it in certain ways, yeah, but oh my God, like if you go to other countries, like you can't even file a complaint. Like, sure, get out of here. Like they don't care. It's just you have no rights. Basically, at least we have our rights over here. So I'm the American dream, guys. It exists. I'm the proof.
Yeah. Now, getting over to our rights. I know we're going to do an Ask Me Anything a little bit later because we post that up on Instagram. So make sure you guys are following. Instagram's kind of a pain. So make sure you're following and spelling correctly Classic Firearms Official. It's a long name for a reason. All right. There's a lot of posers out there.
Yeah, because I couldn't find my tagged story of you. Well, I followed you earlier this morning on Classic, and I was like, I thought I was already following you, and I'm like, was I following the wrong one?
Oh boy.
And I don't. There's so many different Classic Firearms. I'm like, I didn't know which one.
Oh, well, so our
Was
original
which?
one was taken down. And
So
we-
it was removed. Okay,
So
maybe that was the one I was following.
We had
then.
close to we were somewhere in the proximity of 300,000 followers on that one, and then Instagram was like, bye, and that was that. And we had a bunch of posts up there of previous contestant winners, stuff like that, and it was pretty good. And then we started up our new one, the Classic Firearms Official, and our photographer here, John, he's been doing a really good job at kind of like playing nice. With the captions and stuff, not mentioning like we're a retail business giveaway, nothing like that. But he's been up in the photography game and stuff like that, and so we're playing it pretty low key, and that one's doing pretty well. So you were probably following our old one that got.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Then I was trying to find you guys, and then there was some that didn't.
Did the same thing when I was going to get involved over here with the podcast. Say, hey, let me look these guys up. I couldn't find them.
Yeah.
There's so many Classic Firearms.
Right.
Right.
There's
So-
even fan pages that pop up before my Instagram does, and I'm like, bro, what the heck?
Yeah. Right.
I've had even posts removed Norm Precision, we were doing a giveaway, but I said, okay, we can't give away ammo because it's going to get removed and then I'm going to get a strike on my page. They're like, fine, we could just do like merch and stuff. Yeah. Just because they were an ammo company and I was mentioning a giveaway, even though it was just merch, it still got removed. Wow. It was like, you can't even mention like any kind of giveaway on Instagram anyway. Right.
YouTube's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Well, they used to be kind of not so fine, and then recently, actually,
I know we had to change our word. We were like, we may or may not be giving away.
At one point in time, we had to do that. Now we're actually okay. Actually, we had a strike on our channel that just expired like this past week. Knock on wood. So hopefully that stays no strikes. But yeah, YouTube's gotten actually not too bad about it. Before, we actually had to be really careful if we wanted to like disassemble a gun and show the internals or anything, or show like how to do that. Now they're kind of like, hey, it's all about education. You know, it's an educational thing, educational information. And so now they seem to be kind of like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool, you know. So it's been working out. But what I was getting to though is, you know, make sure you guys are following, you know, at Classic Firearms Official, Vickers Tactical, Alex Zedra, right? It's just is it the underscore Zedra or just Alex Zedra? Okay.
Underscore.
Yeah. Okay. And then Kaya, yours is
don't even mention. Don't follow me, guys.
It's a America. How is it? What is it?
It's Amerikalı Aynasız. That means American cop. In Turkish.
In Turkish.
Hey, listen, amazing. My status is
you
over
said
there.
it so fast. I was like,
I'm
trying to spell that.
Yeah. It's American cop. Amerikalı Aynasız. That's what it is.
Just type in Kaya, Kaya.
Just forget about it.
There's that, and of course
you'll see me tag with
classic
Morgan and all that stuff.
There you go. Magged up in the house, but but anyway, so you were talking about rights before though, and the freedoms and everything that we have here.
Yep.
Which some people, you know, I've seen on social media will debate, you know, since everything is taxed, what truly is free, right? And it's kind of like, oh man, I see where you're coming from. But one thing that, you know, like I said, we're going to get into the Ask Me Anything a little bit later. So make sure you guys are following us all so you can see these stories. And if you have, you know, different questions and stuff, make sure you guys are answering the Ask Me Anything for our future guests.
Oh, and absolutely. By the way, let you know, we love that. Ask Me Anything. That's so fun.
It's fun. Yeah, so we'll roll into that.
We love it. So we want to hear your questions.
We'll roll into that a little bit later. But as I was kind of scanning through, and you were talking about rights, one guy asked, you know, and I'll bring it up a little bit later, but I thought it was pretty good. But as much as we probably dislike the term and stuff, influencers, what can we do to try to help protect, you know, the Second Amendment? And one thing I know I like to do is kind of shout out Gun Owners of America and Firearms Policy Coalition, you know, things like that, and just kind of put those voices out there, make those a little bit louder. But I don't know if there's anything else you guys can think of, really, but using our platform.
Easiest way is like story links. That's like the best way, because now TikTok has come out. Everyone's like attention span has gotten shorter and shorter and shorter. So you literally have like 2 seconds, 3 seconds to get someone's attention to do something, and then to get them to click on a link, and then to sign up, and then to do this. And it's like more and more drop off. Yeah. So it's like trying to cut down, you know, making it the easiest, fastest way, laziest way as possible to support any kind of, you know.
I think I saw one of yours up. You did that too. I think it was actually to support a, or not support, but, you know, like vote against a bill or something like that.
Yeah, I forgot what it was. Yeah. And then you said, oh, you know, thanks for it. And then you shared it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember what it was, though.
I don't either. I don't think it passed.
There's so many.
Yeah, well, out in Oregon, I think it was, they had 114 pass, which was really anti two-way. So
is that where the lawyer said that he was voting to pass it, or was pushing for it because for like no more than 10 rounds? So that way, if he was to come into contact with a mass shooter, he would have a standing chance because he's not allowed to have more than 10 rounds.
That's, dude, the
oh
logic.
my God, what kind of logic is that?
So like, he literally said this. I'm like, I mean, shooting people's already illegal. Do you really think, you know, not having 10 rounds in a mag can make a difference?
My thinking, that's just what a logic, right? What I can say is this, as a former law enforcement, right? I still believe most people are inherently good.
Yeah.
There is evil out there, and I also acknowledge that. And I've seen what people are capable of doing to each other. With that being said, since the attention span is pretty short, when seconds count, police are minutes away. Yeah. That's all I can say.
That's true.
Well said.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and
Yeah.
the evil aspect. I mean, it definitely exists, right?
I've
I mean,
seen it.
oh, dude, yeah, just go on Reddit, right?
Yeah.
Just,
Well, the guy
and-
just
and
got like 6 lifetime sentences for
Darryl
running
Brooks.
those people
For running the
over
car.
at the parade.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and that
So-
judge handled that court. I mean, first of all, he was representing himself, and she handled it with such, I want to say, like grace. And then at her final comment is like, "And you deserve all of it," you know,
Yeah.
because he got over 1,000 years. you
Yeah.
know? And it's like, good.
Wait, he's gonna wait a minute.
But what sucks is we have to pay for him.
Yeah.
And it's like, we could have made this a way cheaper option.
What does it cost? Like 60, 70 grand a year?
I don't even
know.
want to know.
I don't
And
know.
with inflation too, Lord only knows.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to jump in there on the 2A thing. Is if you're not a member of the NRA, National Rifle Association, you need to join the NRA.
Yeah.
I mean, they're far from perfect. I'm the first person to say that.
Yeah.
But they're the 800-pound gorilla in terms of
Mm.
if fighting for 2A. You got to get involved with them.
Yeah, you know, I kind of look at the NRA as they're the ones that kind of take all of the heat, and it's kind
Yeah.
of like, you know what, cool. GOA and FPC can go do the hard stuff, you know, and NRA can just kind of be the punching bag for a lot of the media and everything
Oh
else.
yeah,
that you see.
their favorite, one of their favorite targets.
Right. But yeah, so no, I mean, again, your perspective on things and, you know, what you've experienced, you know, coming into the country and everything, you know, again, I know that we were just talking about that. It was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, that's still pretty awesome stuff.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah.
No, of course, dude. And so, Alex, you got into guns at a young age. And then what got you into the idea of, you know what, I'm going to be into guns, into video games, when did Twitch get like really big?
Well,
This was,
it honestly wasn't really that big when I first started. I think I've been
Yeah.
streaming for like 6 years now.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened. And then now everybody wants to be a streamer. And honestly, even a content creator in general is like a big thing in the last like 5 years. Like it used to not be a career goal. You know, kids now are like making YouTube channels at the age of like 11 years old. You know, they're like striving to be the next, you know, PewDiePie or whatever.
Right.
And it's just, it was all accidental for me because I've always just shot guns and played video games.
Yeah.
And I just made an Instagram when it first came out, and I was just shooting guns on Instagram. So I was one of the very first females that I knew of at the time that were on the platform, and my following just grew with the platform.
Right.
And then, you know, then I was like, okay, well, now I'm going to start a YouTube. And then it just literally just spilled into the next thing. And, you know, now everything's about TikTok, and I'm just like, oh God.
yeah. And TikTok and China and you know,
China.
and
Yeah.
and whether or not they're, you know, tracing us and everything. And next thing you know, 5G is
Dude, TikTok is bad. Like
it's so bad.
I was verified on that thing, and then I posted a video of me shooting the 50 here.
Well, bam.
But wait,
you're done.
they just banned me.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I contacted my rep, right? And he's like, oh, sorry, yeah, they unbanned me. And then that video, I was able to appeal to it, and they're like, oh, sorry, yeah, it was our mistake,
It's so
whatever.
erratic.
So they removed the ban, and they said they were sorry. And then I was like, okay, no big deal. I posted the same video that they said it was okay now. They banned me again. I was like, okay, I guess I'm not even going to talk to my rep anymore. I don't care
Yeah,
for TikTok.
no,
so.
I just don't even post gun content on TikTok anymore. But there are some gun videos that didn't get removed, but then there are some that don't. So I just stick
drunk monkey.
to gaming
Yeah.
on TikTok only because that's the only thing that's
you can get away with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Larry, when you starting a TikTok?
Yeah.
I start doing those dances.
Yeah. My buddy Ken Hackathorn has a great line that says, I'm roadkill on the information superhighway. And that's the way I feel about TikTok, is I'm roadkill on the TikTok superhighway. Help me
Stay
out.
strong. Stay strong for the rest of us.
Oh my God, yeah, TikTok's something different, man.
Their
But-
community guidelines are, be very careful. I was reading that stuff too. They like ask for permission to access to every single app you have on your phone, and then your keystrokes and stuff.
Oh,
Whoa.
I'm serious.
wrong.
Yeah,
It's on
they
there.
use like AI to
Yeah.
detect like what you type in, what you're searching, what you're looking for, and it literally like collects all this data and just. But what's even crazier is TikTok in the United States is like a total 180 difference from TikTok in China.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like they have informative, educational, or like just, their culture.
Right.
And in the United States, it's like TNA, 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 14-year-old TNA, and it's just so, it's like they're really, really, it's kind of genius if you think about it. They're just literally trying to dumb down the next generation. Just dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber.
Dude, so that's something that I've thought, it's like if, I have kids of my own, I don't think I'm putting them through public school.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have kids yet, but
yeah, like that's something, we actually have a outside the warehouse video planned, are you smarter than a fifth grader type of thing. And I went to Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools, and I'm like, look, if I fail, that's on them, all right?
Right. I got a South Carolina education. Don't expect much from me.
But at the same time, I feel like, I grew up to be an okay individual, and, I suck at math, but, I'm pretty good at like, calculating distance and stuff like that, and that's through different experiences because I like long range shooting. But yeah, I don't think, I don't know if the public education system, now some school districts might be better than others and stuff like that, but at the same time, I mean, you look at some of the criteria that's, happened, because I remember going through elementary school, and I will never forget, I had a substitute teacher, and I was in elementary school, and we were on some sort of history topic, and she said, I just want to remind y'all, this is God's country, right? And this was at CMS, and I was like, oh man, okay, all right, that's cool, And now I'm thinking, oh man, she would have been, if that was today.
We used to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yep,
We all just have to stand, and we would pray before class.
Yeah, wow. So we always did the Pledge of Allegiance, and sometimes kids, wouldn't stand and stuff like that, especially once we got into high school. But never the prayer, though.
Yeah,
You wouldn't stand
they did
for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, that is not
man.
uncommon, Larry. That is not uncommon, man.
I know that ain't flying with me and this dude.
No,
No, it didn't fly with me either. But
I
what
know.
I'm going to do, Like I was a high school kid too. I got my ass beat plenty of
that
times.
is,
so.
yeah.
I mean, as a kid, you're like, oh, I don't understand for the Pledge of Allegiance. You know what I mean?
But as you get older,
you
realize,
you understand like that. You're. That's your duty.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, send that kid to Russia and then let him get detained.
Yeah.
Right,
The
yeah.
U.S., please save me.
Yeah, I think I can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
Right. It's the least you can do.
Right.
Yeah.
You're being fed on a silver spoon. At least just stand.
Well, I hate to bring this up because I know it's been beat to death everywhere on the planet, but the whole taking a knee in the NFL thing, I'm going to tell you what, that went through me big time.
The whole national anthem thing.
Yeah.
I think there's
man.
Chicago PD is doing a program now. So when a suspect runs away from them, they just play the national anthem and then the suspects.
He stops and takes a knee. That's good, man. That's good.
You saw that on a meme somewhere.
I did.
That's good. I like it.
did.
I like it.
Oh
pretty
my
good.
God.
I'm from Chicago. I live in downtown Chicago
Oh, I'm
right
sorry.
now.
Yeah,
So
For
you're
another
free
2
not
weeks.
to say that. Yeah, you
For
can
another
say
2
it.
weeks.
Wait, when are you moving down? for the-
November. Well, they're gonna pick up my goods on this 26th and deliver before the 10th.
Kaya's going to really
Right
experience
on.
freedom soon.
Hell yeah.
Freedom.
That's right.
I am moving to downtown Charlotte though.
Yeah. Oh, so
Oh.
I'm a downtown
You're
guy.
exchanging one for like a lesser of the
lesser.
right.
It's kind of like most of our presidential elections. Yeah.
Do they play the national anthem over here too? The cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta admit, that was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't see
man.
that coming because you were so serious when you
I
were
was
talking.
trying. I was trying to be
see,
so
that's
serious.
see, Kaya. I'm trying to break that mold, man. Like he said, FBI agent. He did some undercover work for a while, which is pretty freaking cool. Am I allowed to talk about that?
Just, I mean, not the details of it, but just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I was not an undercover guy. It was just like a little assignment. Yeah. Go ahead.
But you did undercover work.
I did,
So
but just
I'm like,
very,
wait,
very
were
briefly.
you lying to me
Very,
earlier?
very
Oh.
briefly. Yeah.
yeah. So
Well,
we
I
all know
know-
what Kaya looks like in a skirt. So.
I didn't have any clothes on. What are you talking about? Come on. If you're gonna talk about it, let's just talk about
Would
it.
that be undercover?
Did you know that you're sitting across from the table like that kind of guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was under the covers with no clothes on.
Okay. All right. Cool. But
No.
cover anyway.
No, speaking of that, people. I mean, we've heard like the whole Fed boy thing.
Yes.
You know about
The
it.
what?
he's
Just yeah. Some people are like, hey, who the hell is that Fed boy? And I was like,
Fed
oh,
boy.
yeah,
I've never
Fed
heard
boy.
that. That's
You
pretty
never heard
funny.
that?
Who's that?
It's already called me
Dude,
a
I've
couple of
been-
times,
Like the what?
Fed boy.
Yeah.
You would like that, Fed boy, wouldn't you? That's what he said to me a couple of times. Yeah, you
That's
goddamn
a
right I
Clintism.
would.
That's a mag dumpism. Mag jump coming off the top rope.
Oh, dude.
Guys, I'll tell you this.
Alex, it's so like simple, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, dude. So, but what I'm trying to say is we're breaking that mold. We're getting him out there. He's learning what a sense of humor is, you know, and we're having a good time.
Yeah, I'm being breastfed too at the same time. What am I old, baby? You're right. I'm
Slowly coming around.
slowly kind of breaking that mold. You're right.
Oh, this is amazing. Kai, I love you. So Kai and I actually met for the first time this year at SHOT Show, right?
We did, yeah.
And dude, it was one of those things. Like as soon as
Wait,
you
y'all
started
went this
talking,
past year?
Mhm, yeah, we were there.
Oh, how was it?
It was good.
You didn't go.
It was good,
No, I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be crappy after COVID.
dude. Honestly,
I
was
didn't go
gonna give
because
it
of
a year.
COVID, because of my cancer thing. I was like,
Yeah.
so I
Well,
didn't go
everyone
'cause of
gets
COVID.
sick even if it wasn't COVID.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Cold, flu, something. It's
I
not worth it.
overdose on vitamin C.
Yeah,
absolutely.
me
And
too.
I've been okay, but no, SHOT Show this year I liked more than the previous years, even though they didn't have as many vendor attendances or manufacturers. You know, like
Right.
IWI wasn't there, and
Like
that was
I
kind
heard
of
SIG
sad.
pulled out, full courts in.
Yeah,
They
SIG's
also
out.
pulled out.
SIG is not going back this year. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, I just found that out. SIG is not going back to SHOT Show.
Why
this
is
year.
that?
I don't know. Kind of
Interesting.
Military contract?
But we will be there because SIG is still doing their range day on Sunday.
Correct. That's the thing.
So they're doing like a content like
they're
range
doing
day.
They're doing a range day procedure
Right.
event, a range event,
Yep.
but they're not going to actually display at the show.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
That's what I was told.
You know, to be completely honest, I think that
That's
look, it's
better.
expensive.
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's expensive to go.
Imagine what
We've
it
had a
costs.
booth.
And their
SIG.
floor is so big.
I heard
They're
it cost them
huge.
$750,000 to
I
do.
believe
I
it.
heard
I
believe
it
it.
was $750,000.
Yeah,
That's
and they're on
what
the
I
main
heard.
floor too. So
I think don't they have the biggest booth?
It's either Daniel. I think Daniel Defense might have them beat,
Glock is pretty
SIG?
big.
or
too.
FN. FN's big too.
No, man. I think SIG's got both of them
Yeah,
beat.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I mean, we got what 20,000
huge.
steps a day over there, Ryan. I mean, dude, I saw so many booths. I don't remember which one was which.
Yeah.
But that's how y'all met.
So
Was that
yeah,
true?
so
Yeah.
yeah, and but getting back to it really quick to answer your question, I liked it a little bit more this year because it wasn't as crowded, and for
Yeah.
content creation or just trying to gather
yeah, man.
content, it was good. I still had people walking in front of the camera, but you know that always adds kind of a.
But you
sense
got
of
to
humor
like
to
see
it.
who
Yeah.
you wanted to see.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you're
you
right.
know,
For
Yeah.
filming and stuff, that's a home run.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I hope actually there is a little bit more of an attendance come 2023 because it is a good time. And then what we found too is, you know, people actually like us on the internet. The comment section I thought would, you know,
Not the Fed boy.
Fed boy.
They don't like you.
dude, no, Kaya, you've got a loyal following, dude, and because you've tagged me in a couple things on Instagram.
I'm sure that you just
Bro, I mean, it jumped and I'm like, I cannot pronounce these names. Guys, I'm so sorry. I don't speak Turkish. They're
They'll-
going to be very disappointed.
they'll actually engage with you like they you know, I'm humbled. They are very loyal and awesome people.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They go
man.
where I go, yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
so that's awesome, dude. So thank you. But yeah, Kaya and I met for the first time at SHOT Show, and then we had a conversation, you know, just going over some of the product that you had, and man, I was like, dude, this dude's pretty cool, man. And who would have thought now, you know, like here we are.
Yeah.
Were you with Canic? Is that where
No, I was with a Sorry USA. That's what I
yeah.
worked for at that
okay.
time. I was contract with them right after I left the bureau. I went in with those guys, and as soon as I left, I ended my contract. I just called Ryan. I was like, hey, you know what? Just an FYI, I just ended my contract, and apparently Classic wanted to expand the whole media
team,
thing and
yeah.
help Clinton, whatever, all that, and I never thought. I was like, I'm up in Chicago, whatever. Like, you know, we'll move you down here and stuff. Worked out perfectly. I mean, I always loved this crew. Like I was like, oh my God, I want to always come back and just do stuff with you guys. Never in a million years thought I'd work with them.
We're like so boring and we suck though, dude. Like,
Oh, dude.
But you know how hard it is to come across, and I know we hate this word, influencers, that aren't like so. They think they're like Jay-Z or Beyonce.
Oh, like
you
into
know what I
themselves?
mean? They're
Yeah.
like so above and beyond everyone else,
Yeah.
or they're so just arrogant, and it's like, dude.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like
Take
the,
away the platform, and then
yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean.
Yeah.
You're who you were before.
Right.
This.
And what I like about meeting some of the people that I can legitimately call friends in this industry is, you know, they kind of get rid of that stigma of don't meet your heroes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I used to watch some of these guys when I would like Hickok, Such, Larry, you know, and now here I am, you know, like, holy You know what I mean? Like, this is cool. I'm sharing a table with the guy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you're welcome. And you're not a complete douchebag, and you're awesome, and you bring so much literally to the table. And it's like, dude, these are wonderful people that we get to meet.
Be very
and work
humble
with.
too.
Yes.
Not like,
Yeah.
in my day, you know
Right.
what
Well,
I mean?
it's like,
Let me give you a news flash. I hate to break. Cancer will humble you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Cancer will humble you. The big C, as my buddy Hackathorn
Yeah.
calls it, the big C. That will humble you.
If you carry a firearm and discharge your weapon in self-defense, you could face hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal fees and expenses. So carry the protection of CCWSafe, Self-Defense Legal Services membership. Upfront payment of all criminal and civil defense costs with no out-of-pocket for members, unlimited defense budgets, unmatched legal expertise. Carry the same level of support police officers have. Carry CCWSafe, the highest caliber.
But at the
Right.
same time, they say that the empty can makes noise, something like
Yeah,
that.
oh,
There's-
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's a big thing too. Like some people, as you said, like a guy like you, Larry. I mean, I'm honestly honored to be on the same table with you.
Right.
And you're so humble, yeah.
Yeah.
But going back to your point too, though, is like the first time I met you, I was like, oh, I wonder how she's gonna be. You know, like, oh man, it's like, do I have to be careful with my words and everything? Did you ever hear like, "What's up, loser?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
nope, we're
I think
cool.
it said something else.
You did. You definitely did.
And I was like, and I'm like, camera
Yeah.
people.
Oh,
I'm with you.
all right, I
back
get
that
it. I get it.
up. I met you at Train Shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
I
train
was
shot.
like,
That's
oh,
right.
hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And then we would talk and everything. And then I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's pretty cool. I like her. And if
Yeah.
he goes, you know who she is? And I go, no, not really. I mean, I just,
Like, yeah, this is some
you know,
shit.
I'm just in my
this is
corner.
Alex, and this is who she is. And I went, oh man, really?
Yep, dude.
That
yeah.
was after
Yeah.
I met you. And
Yeah.
Right. And same thing. So it's like you get to meet some of these people that you see on the internet, and they are literally who you like. I kind of like when people come up to me and, you know, say like, oh, dude, it's such a pleasure to meet you and stuff like that. Then they like scurry away. Like, I don't want to waste any of your time. I'm like,
Dude, I don't care.
like, dude,
Yeah.
come over here. Like, what's
Just
your
don't
favorite
be a
one? You know?
weirdo in the corner. Like, me
Like,
and Kai were
oh,
talking
oh my
earlier,
God,
like, where I was
recording?
like, dude, I'm at Home Goods or Target. This guy just literally has his phone like this. And I'm like,
Just come say hey.
just looking at
come
pots
say
and pans, dude. Don't make
just
it
come say
weird.
hey.
Yeah.
And but you know, like you're great. You know, Grantham Mike, he's awesome, super humble
Yeah,
guy.
he's
Also, Brandon Herrera, I freaking love him. Dude.
Yeah.
We met him at the Train Shot event. Also, that was at Point Blank Range a couple of years ago.
I think he was running a macro.
He was in his flip flops.
in his
Yes, dude, he was running a Makarov.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
And, dude, oh my god. And you know who really took me by surprise? Ken, Master Ken American.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Dude, yeah, dude. He doesn't break character at all.
Yeah.
When he puts
until
on
the
that
mustache
outfit,
as well.
he does not break character.
No, he is Master Ken, dude. You do not want to mess with that guy. He will groin stomp you.
Wow.
Don't spit your coffee.
Stop.
You're way too much technology.
Yeah, that only cost Ryan a couple pennies, you know. But yeah, Kai, just remember, you know, always stomp the groin. All right.
Oh, that's good. I didn't know that, but I will try.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that probably could have ended a couple of bad situations for you when you were in law enforcement, you know.
You're right. I should have thought
do
about that. They don't
cops-
teach us that
I
stuff.
was going to say,
Oh,
They don't teach us that stuff.
but why wouldn't they though? You know,
You know, it's all
Like,
about the stuff they teach us. I'll
What-
tell you.
But if you really want to get someone to, you know, just
to comply.
You're right.
comply.
When it comes to
Yeah,
use of
comply.
force, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to use of force, it really depends on the situation, right?
Right.
There are authorized techniques. The attorneys like to make some noise in the courtroom, right? You know, the whole straight armbar takedown. Never done it. Every single academy I've gone to, they taught me that. In real life, I'm sorry, you don't do that
But
stuff.
when you're thinking so fast, I'm gonna be like, oh, you know,
Yeah, it just doesn't work that way.
Ninja.
no. Versus just a
on
quick
the
little
tactical
pop.
side of the house, some flashlight techniques you're never going to use.
Oh my God, what is it? A Harry's
Okay, I
and all
thought that was a
There's
stuff.
bunch
some
of
stuff that
crap
you're just
until
not
I
gonna
got.
use.
Yep.
That you see and you go, that
And you're
sounds
like-
good in the class. I'm never going to
Yep.
use it, and I've yet to see somebody who did use it.
So what I learned with that is just like the curriculum the departments have to come with. They have to come up with and kind of teach something on the record. But when you're out there, like if you're in a life and death situation,
Anything goes.
anything goes, man.
Free for all.
Anything go. You can just like stomp them anywhere you want.
Yeah, that part I get. But going to your point about the flashlights, so we were just recently at a Surefire training
Surefire
event.
event.
Oh, I
yeah.
had that.
What is
Yeah,
that?
the stiletto, dude. The
Yeah, I
stiletto
had
is an
that.
amazing product. I love this.
I
It's
love
nice,
it.
slim. It goes right.
Is that the one with the clip? Is that one with the clip on it?
Yep.
I was wondering. I was like,
And you put it on.
Yeah.
I used it.
Yep.
Used it just like that.
That
And,
wasn't a planned lead-in, by the way. I didn't plan that.
No, it worked out great. 'Cause
I
this
just
is
let
literally my
into
everyday
Surefire.
carry. Yeah, my everyday carry light. But you were talking about like the blinding or whatever. You know, Kai, I wasn't going to do that to you.
yeah. Thanks, man.
But you're talking about that, and one thing that Kyle Lamb, we just trained with him. One thing he said is like, hey, when somebody tries to disorient you with a light, you know what you do? It's like, what? Shine a brighter light back at them. It opens everything back up,
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, well that's kind of cool. But you were just saying you've gotten quote unquote flashed, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Flashed.
not the best term, but you know what I'm saying,
Right, yeah.
lit
Because you
up.
see it in movies and they're all like, oh, and
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
like,
yeah.
oh crap. Like if
Yeah.
I
Right.
got flash, I wouldn't be.
Oh my God.
That
I'm just
disoriented.
completely, yeah.
But when that thing shining your face, I'm like, oh geez. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, that actually
Bright.
Yeah.
Very
actually
bright.
sucks.
Looks nice.
Yeah. So I do have one question. Did you ever try just blinding the zombies? And
Wait, zombie. I want to know about the zombies.
taking that pin, putting that.
Strain, yeah. She's getting how did that work in Strain 100?
Yeah, and strain 100. So let's.
What's the story behind that?
Yeah,
How did this
'cause-
get brought up to begin with?
So we were talking about something about.
Has she been in she ever been in any movies? That's what we brought
well,
up.
'cause it-
Have you
Oh,
been?
I did it to myself.
Yeah, you did do this.
I
to
should have
yourself.
said no.
'Cause, before we started recording, yeah, maybe.
Oh, so she's been in movies before. Oh, okay. I want to know about
A
this.
movie.
A movie. You got to be careful.
And
You don't-
you
you
could
don't wanna
also
know
say
about this.
the movie.
The movie.
You could say
No
A
one
or
wants
the.
to know.
I want to
Actually,
see that.
I think you told me that it was. This is what got you your IMDb cred. Mm-hmm. You don't seem all that excited.
I hate my life.
Oh man, but
Yeah.
let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Betty
Betty
Jo?
Jo.
Betty Jo.
So tell us about Strain 100.
So it's a really crappy, low budget zombie movie.
Here, actually, I'll read the bio really quick.
Oh yeah, you go
yeah,
right
yeah,
ahead.
bring it up.
Here it is. After surviving a terrifying car crash, a young woman discovers that aggressive, flesh-eating zombies have overtaken the entire area.
What?
Wait, just this entire area?
That's all it says.
They could have used
Edge
a
of my
thesaurus to use any other kind of word. I don't know.
don't
You wrote an
believe it.
essay before?
Oh my
When you want
god!
to
dude.
sound more intelligent, you got to go.
Oh man!
with the
but
thesaurus, man.
But Demo Ranch is in it. Matt
Yeah,
Carricker,
yeah. Hickok's in it.
Hickok is in it. There's a couple of you
Who
guys.
all's in it now? Demo Ranch and who else?
Yeah. Hickok 45.
Yeah.
Tori Nanaka.
Yeah, but we were on two different sets. We never.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, there's there's quite a few people in there, but because I remember seeing Hickok and Demo Ranch kind of put out like a teaser, like, hey, we're in a zombie movie, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool, like
Yeah.
30 people in a zombie movie, and then I never heard anything else.
Because we saw the edit. we honestly knew it was going to be a low budget corny video, but we thought maybe it would still be at least funny or those like Sharknado videos.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
there's you still watch them or
yeah.
What's that one? Velocipaster.
Velocipaster.
Have you seen
yes,
that?
yes, no, but I have
I haven't
definitely
seen
heard
it,
of that.
but I've
Yeah.
definitely watched the trailer a couple times. So I thought it was going to be something like that, and because there's so many other gun content creators that were in it, so I was like, okay, this will be fun. No,
So where did you film it and how many days?
it was only a couple days, but it came out on like two different times, and the first time was this like little girl gets bit, and then me and Matt are just supposed to look at her like, I don't know, oh no, oh God. And then we're just going to give this girl who's trying to save her a brand new like Humvee or something. I'm like, why would we just give away our only vehicle to, okay, this makes no sense. And then the next time we come out, we're just open. There's like a huge field and there's a bunch of actors covered in blood and everything. And we're just firing blanks at them, just shooting them, just, and then that's it. And yeah, that was.
Now, where did you film
That
that?
was that.
Was it?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. It wasn't too far. I don't even think I did fly somewhere. I don't know. I don't even know.
You blocked it out.
I've
think
totally
it's like a
tried
bad
to remove
memory.
this.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a bad memory.
I
It's that
tried
you
to
blocked
remove
it out.
Yeah.
How
I
long
get
is
it.
this movie? How long? Like over an hour?
Oh, what I got?
I don't know.
Oh my god!
I didn't even look it up.
Yeah, she never
I'm
watched
surprised I barely remember the title. but-
Amazon Prime, right? And then where it's supposed to be at?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm getting a nod back there.
Yep.
Amazon Prime.
I was about to tell y'all Disney Channel to derail you.
It's an hour and 24 minutes runtime.
Hour 24? That's
Yeah.
not bad. That's
Yeah.
a pretty good.
Yeah, we saw the edit and I was just like, or the trailer, and I was like, no, this is awkward. This is so bad. I was like, I feel like I could have done better editing.
Well, maybe, you know, but the cool thing about that is I like when they try to take people that are, you know, faces in the gun community and try to put them and do these types of things. Sure, you know, maybe with better editing, maybe a little bit better budget, whatever else, you could do these, you know, maybe do a little bit better. But I do appreciate it because it's kind of like what you were talking about with gaming, and you kind of, especially when you start to introduce the firearm side of it, right? You're getting more people now from one section that may not, you know, like they'll know about the guns, they'll know the Vector is the Fennec, you know, they'll know now as the Scar 16 is the TAC 56, right? But now they're kind of like, dude, this is pretty cool, and we've kind of like tried to get more people involved too, because that's, you know, our number one video is the top guns of Call of Duty, you know, top 10 guns of Call of Duty Modern Warfare or something, and we recently just filmed another one, and might ask you to do a little clip or something like that, you know.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Kai and I, you know, got our cosplay going on.
I got a little quick tip though. When you mag dump a Barrett 50, do not hold the barrel with your bare hands.
You grabbed the barrel.
Did you do that?
Yes.
I did that, and my hand got stuck to the barrel.
Oh no!
I was like, ah.
Yeah, how does it look,
sucked.
by the way?
Whoa.
It's fine. I had a lot of calluses in my hand,
Yeah.
but it sucked the whole night. Burned pretty bad.
Yeah. So when you mag dump a 50 cal, beware, barrel is hot.
Yeah.
I actually have a scar on my finger from a 50. I don't remember what I did. Something bit me. I think my finger went. I'm trying to look at one was over there. You know, like the holes that were.
I know what you're talking about, I think.
I don't know what hit me though,
Yeah.
but I
Wasn't
grabbed
it-
it after I did a mag dump, and something like bit me.
Wasn't
And
it charging?
Oh, the
you,
recoil
was it?
spring is in there. Maybe
I
her finger went in there.
Maybe.
I think
That's
my
what it is.
finger, after the recoil, my finger slipped and went into
One of the
one
ventilation.
of the
Yeah.
holes. Yeah.
Yep.
And literally a chunk of my skin was missing.
Was
And
that,
Wow.
was that with us?
It's been, no, this was probably 6 years ago.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how
Gotcha. Wow.
old
that's-
that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
had
the
me good.
video or the thing on it where you're loading the mag and then you're loading them and then you're loading a
Dude,
little.
that got 45 million views on
Holy
YouTube.
cow.
I don't
45
know.
mil.
I don't know.
Monetized?
It's a short.
Wow.
But it got me over 1 million subs on YouTube, so woo!
So that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
A million sub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Real sub.
Yep, we got
Yeah, so
1,200.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking at your sub button up there, and I'm like, how long did that take you? 'Cause-
We had Such 0-0. He's a million.
He's at a zero.
Such is a 0-0 is
Who
a
is
million.
that?
Such,
Such
Don.
0-0.
Yeah,
He's
Such
in
double
South
O.
Carolina.
Oh,
He's
really?
also the survival. He does the prepper
Does
channel as
prepper
well.
stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, no, I know who that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's in South Carolina. We should honestly all get together and
We
do
did a
some shooting.
podcast with him. It went real well, and it's coming out. Ryan, is it coming out today? Yeah, it's coming out today, so you can check it out.
Right on, yeah.
Yes, which is pretty cool. And we, of course, if you guys are watching this, this is definitely going to be like in the future now. So today is November 18th, by the way.
Yeah.
Two Thanksgivings.
Yeah,
next
and I
week.
actually just picked up and it's 11/18 on November 18th. So that's got to be like good luck or something. But
10 days, man. 10 days.
what, like Thanksgiving?
Me being 1 year closer to 40.
Oh, I was like, no, it's not 10 days, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you don't look it though. You look great, man.
I'm gonna say here's
Thanks,
one
man.
of the things I say. I did this in the military. You don't realize how little you know at 20 till you're 30.
Yep.
That
You
is
don't
so
reali-
true.
Yeah. You don't realize how little you know at 30 until you're 40.
Got it. Yeah.
My guess is you'll agree with me on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
I'm expecting a lot of knowledge coming from you in 10 days.
A lot of you will. I mean,
You'll
here
notice-
in Classic, oh my God, it's like so much to learn.
When he walks in, you'll notice, right? He just turned 40.
Yeah, his hair got really gray.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I haven't even.
Why do you think I have a hat on? Hiding that hair.
Oh my goodness, man.
But
No, dude, I was just gonna say, you know, I think I like getting older, right? I mean, you learn so freaking much, man. And I like that. You don't know as much as you did when you were 20 or 30 or 40 and so on and so forth. So hey, getting old isn't a bad thing, guys. You
Learn it
is.
for yourself.
Oh, my
Like men
goodness.
like age like wine. You know what I mean? Women, we just get like
Some of us.
wrinkly.
yeah.
And then I'm like, now I'm 33. Wait, am I 33?
What?
How old am I? Oh my God, that's how I know I'm old. I know
Yes,
how old I
Alex,
am.
you're
You don't look
33.
it, though.
Yeah, you had
you don't
an
look
Instagram
33.
post.
Yeah, I said
remember that?
33. Yep, 33. Thank God
You
I
don't-
have Instagram because I wouldn't know how old I was. I'm like looking in the mirror and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh my God. It's like you just look in the mirror and I'm like, this was not here like a few years ago. I'm just like, oh God.
Do you pay attention to that guy?
I don't.
Maybe it's just a girl
I-
thing. I don't know. Guys like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I don't
I never
think.
put anything on my skin. Like I wake up, I forget to wash sometimes and just
No,
walk out.
Look at that. You know?
But it's just
The natural
it
moisture.
gets there. I mean, I see my eyes. I don't like. All right, whatever. I kind of live my life.
Oh my goodness.
But
All right.
What I was curious about though,
Yes.
Alex Zedra.
Yeah.
Right. Why Zedra?
Oh no.
I don't know anything about it.
Question.
I don't
Yeah.
know anything
Good
about
All
it.
question.
right.
Good question.
So, Zedra's not my last name. Rogers is my
Yeah.
last name. So I played World of Warcraft for 10 years.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
And I actually met up with my guildies in real life, and we did a LAN party. I don't really know if this generation does LAN parties anymore, but it's when a whole group of people get together. We all hook up our computers and everything, and we all game together in the same room.
So this is
And-
what, a couple years ago.
I actually have not. I've been World of Warcraft free for going on. I think I've been clean for like 4 years now.
I'm proud of you.
Yes,
Clean.
thank you,
Nice.
thank you. So in Azeroth, my blood elf's name was Zedra, and I literally played that game. I'm not lying, 6 hours a day. Even when I was in college, it took me 6 years to get my bachelor's degree because I dropped so many classes because I chose to raid in World of Warcraft over study.
Priorities.
Yes.
Priorities.
And keep in mind, I was also a biology major and pre-med and phlebotomy certified. So I medical, you cannot not study. I mean, it was, that's why
As Alex turns on World of Warcraft.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was underneath, in between my classes, I was underneath the stairs in college doing my dailies, grinding out daily objectives and stuff.
Oh my god.
That's how bad it was.
So you are the epitome of nerd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, back then it was something you did not talk about. But now it's a cool thing. Everyone, the gaming industry's gotten so big. Anime, Japanese culture has gotten huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's just everyone watches anime.
There's a group of the warehouse employees that during their lunch break, they're saying magic or something like that.
Yeah.
Was it called the Gathering?
Gathering, yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah, you would know. Oh my god, dude! But no, it is cool though because, like I said, you're getting these people involved. These people that gaming.
Yeah.
Right? We try to work with different types of people from different industries, like the car industry or something else, or spicy foods even. And now all of a sudden they're kind of like, oh, what is the Second Amendment? What is it all about? Because here's these guys reaching out to gamers, to car guys, to spicy food guys, to whatever the heck else, to prepper and survival, because that doesn't always
They all
entail
connect
firearms.
in some way.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
all
yeah.
kind of in the same industry, especially in the gaming industry. It's just so easy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I got the Scorpion Evo only because that was my sidearm in Black Ops 2.
Yeah, there you
That is
go.
what I ran, and
you
I
go.
wanted it. So I went and got the gun on my birthday. I don't even remember how old I was, but
Yeah.
that's the only reason. I didn't even know the Scorpion Evo existed until I played Call of Duty. So, yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm a big believer. It's had a huge influence on where we are with guns like ARs and AKs and stuff. Is you got these people who played video games and now they're like, it's like you said earlier. Well, you mean I can actually buy one of these?
Right.
I
Yeah.
can own one. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. There's 10-year-olds that go into the gun store and they're like, oh, that's, such
Yeah.
and such, such and
That's
such.
yeah.
And I'm like, you play Call of Duty.
Right. Yep. And then I really applaud the ones that are actually do the research and oh, that's actually not a TAC 50, that's a SCAR 16.
Right,
you know
that's
what I mean?
right.
Or something like that. And then they start like, well, you know, what do you mean, Mom? You don't know what a short stroke piston driven operated system is? The AK's long stroke. It's still a piston, but whatever.
Nerd.
Yeah. See, we're all
Right back
nerds.
at ya.
We're all nerds, but on different levels.
Different levels.
Yep. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely
genres.
hilarious. So do we want to roll into a little bit of the Ask Me Anything, or do you want to do that for a separate segment? Separate? All right, fine. We'll keep it separate then, Ryan. Jeez. But all right, fine. So then what I will pick up and say then is, again, I really appreciate, you coming out, Alex.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited to run the M1 today with you. So if we want to get into a little bit of classic firearms, the M1 Garand, let us know down in the comments, Garand or Garand, how do you pronounce it? All right. Either way, we all know what it is.
Y'all say carbine or carbine?
I say carbine.
I say carbine.
I say carbine too, and people
they
were like,
say
"No, it's carbine." I'm
carbine.
like, "Is it only a Southern thing that we say carbine, or is that just
It's
like
like
when you say
caramel and caramel. Like, I mean, carbine for me.
I say
Caribbean and
carbine, too.
Caribbean?"
Yeah, I like that. I call it carbine.
Yeah, okay, I
That's
say
in the
carbine
Caribbean.
also.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, I say
Agreed.
carbine. So
It makes me feel better
Yeah.
because I was the only one saying carbine. I'm like, "Oh God, have I been saying this wrong my
You
whole
were
life?"
right.
I'm right. Yes.
Yeah, amongst us here, you're right.
Okay,
all right?
cool.
So you've shot the M1 Garand before.
Yes.
Kaya, this will be your first time.
Yes, you called me out, right? He called me out last night.
Dude, it was so funny because we did a video.
I mean,
by this time the video's out, so we can spoil it, right? 'Cause
That's
it's not
right. You're
spoiled.
right. You're right.
So it was the top 5. I said I was going to spoil it, and I don't even remember what it was. Top
Well,
5.
talk about guns that you should shoot once, at least once in your
yeah.
lifetime, right? And then I grabbed this M1 Garand, and I'm telling people, you gotta shoot this thing. It's an
Yeah,
iconic
But he
gun.
hasn't shot it.
And he's like this, but I've known about the gun for a while, and I've
Right.
been wanting to. And he's like this, have you shot it? I'm like,
You're like,
jerk. Yeah.
no.
It's like okay, we're taking your ping cherry. Don't worry,
Yes.
it'll be
"Yay,
great.
the pink
Now-
cherry!"
You burned your hand on the Barrett. One thing you need to be aware of as a right-handed shooter, which I assume you are,
Yep.
is when you wrap your hand around it, you don't wrap it around the op rod because that op rod's going to reciprocate, and you can interfere with it.
Oh,
I'll show you if you
Okay.
want a break here. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Sounds good.
Now you got long arms. If you were wrapping your hand around a Barrett barrel, I don't think it's going to be
No,
a problem.
I
he
put
grabbed
that
it after
down.
Oh,
stopped
okay.
I grabbed
it wasn't
it.
while you were firing.
No,
It
negative,
was you
negative.
Okay.
It was just a stupid rookie
Yeah,
mistake.
I just got done doing I don't even know what it was. I think it was like a saw or something, and I went to lean up against a wall, but
yep.
the wall was foam.
So you
And it was inside the wall, and I look over and I went, oh, and it was all over the barrel, just melted. And I was like, I am so sorry. I was like, I will literally pay for this. And they're like, no, don't
you know
worry
how you
about it.
clean
They're like,
that?
you're not the first person who's done
Dude,
that.
All you got to do
I
is just
didn't-
mag
Where
dump
was
it or
that
just
at?
belt dump it.
Yeah, that's it.
Wipe it
It
off.
was at a gun. I can't remember the range. It was in Texas. But we were just doing mag dumps all day, like MP7s, everything. No one was there. We just shut it down, and we were just like
I just
throwing lead down range. But
I just love hearing Alex just talking about all these mag dumps. Obviously, I mean, I just met you, but I really do want to say this at least. The firearm industry is just such male-dominated industry,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so there's like, when it comes to women, there are just not many out there. And seeing people like you and encouraging other women to come into the space, like it's just fantastic. I'm so happy I met
no,
you.
thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I
another
mean, you
one-
get freaking eaten alive on there. It's like gun bunny this, gun
Oh,
bunny that.
yeah.
And I'm
No,
like,
that
dude,
come
like
on.
I don't like brag and say like I'm a professional shooter by any means, but like I can still shoot. Like I trained for 3 gun long enough to where I can run and gun, but I'm not,
obviously you'd
gonna
me.
be.
Yeah,
But you know what I mean? It's just like I don't get upset because I know if I was to like go to the range with them, I would totally smoke them. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, you know what?
You
I
shot
don't
good.
care.
I remember seeing you shoot at the train shot event. You shot good.
No, thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, Jade Struck is another good example.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
super
She's-
humble, super
yeah.
kind
Yeah.
person, and she can shoot.
She can.
She can shoot,
Yeah.
move, and communicate, man.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that's a good point though, because
Yeah.
it is a really male-dominated industry, and then when you get women into it, yeah, the entire like gun bunny term, like Katie, like she like prides herself on not a gun bunny. You know what I mean?
I like
And,
embrace it. I'm just like, yeah, whatever,
sure,
dude.
whatever, dude.
Sure.
What is
that?
I don't have to be tactical out. I go out and I'll shoot in flip flops, Vans, shorts, tank top, and a hoodie. I'm not, I don't have to be tacked out. Like that's the thing about the firearm industry or 2A in general. You don't have to be 5'11" tuxedo. You can just wear
exactly.
whatever and go to the range. It's about just shooting guns and enjoying freedom, not being this little little box that you're supposed to be
Alex,
Yeah.
LARPing is cool. Okay.
LARPing is cool. I've never LARPed, and I've always freaking wanted to. And we had a medieval festival like a couple weeks ago, and I missed it, and I'm so sad.
Oh well, in Concord here, I think they're still doing the Renaissance Festival. Just saying.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's a
think
good
they
time.
do it to the end of November. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, and it's always a good
Yeah.
time. It is.
We'll dress up and-
Gotta get the turkey leg, all that
Yeah.
stuff. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
That's what it's all about.
But no, I mean, but yeah, no, male-dominated industry, getting more women involved, and getting more demographics involved in general, because the Second Amendment isn't, just for one demographic or the other. I mean, the entire Constitution is for all American people,
right?
All American citizens. And so it's like, get out there, exercise your rights and go be a voice and promote other rights. Use your First Amendment to promote the Second, then use the Second to promote the First, or protect the First, whatever. Yeah, so I'm all about that, of course. And the other thing too about like different industries, and YouTube is one that we can really blame for the growth in, I think, a lot of pro Second Amendment mindsets, right? Because you see people now where it's like, hey, dude, like, we try to educate quite a bit here, and I do a little bit of crap talking about some anti-gun bills or legislation or whatever, on occasion, which I think is a healthy thing to do. And but you'll start to see like the entire gun owner has shifted. Like Larry, definitely probably from what you've seen, like from, like let's say like what was your average gun owner between like the 60s and 70s, between the 80s and 90s, between the the 2000s and up to now, for sure. People are like, cool. Well, back then, like, oh man, full autos were pretty cool and stuff like that. Submachine gun, Thompson submachine gun. Yeah, that's pretty high speed. And then the Uzi and whatnot. And then something called like the HKG11. I don't.
Yeah. Supposedly, people, have you seen it where that should be the official gun of the Space Force?
It seems
that?
like
I haven't seen it.
HKG11.
Yeah. The G11 is a box that has a bayonet attachment. And it's an interesting gun. I don't think the ammunition's made for it anymore. But
long.
When was this made?
1990?
Yeah, it was actually made in the 80s, and the whole thing died when the wall came down and East Germany joined West Germany. And because it was going to be it's a caseless gun, so when you fired it, there was no case
like
that was
brass
injected.
flying out.
Yeah. It basically combusted. Had a lot of problems. Only
I was wondering how that would work out.
Problems.
Like just the engineering of that.
Imagine all of a sudden now, and it breaks apart.
Stop.
That's
just something as simple as, okay, and it was a micro caliber. It was a micro caliber, very high velocity. All right, and it had 3-shot burst and semi. But imagine if all of a sudden, while it's getting chambered, the case itself, the powder, kind of flakes apart, and it's in the chamber now. How are you going to get it out?
Right.
Oh wow!
Now you cleared the gun. It had kind of a clock mechanism. You clear it. Oh, hey, I want to unload it now. You grab the clock mechanism, the locking breech, and then the round would dump out. But it had a ton of problems. It never worked. Caseless is one of those things that sounds good in concept, but in actuality, like communism, it sounds good in concept, but in actual practice, it's not.
Right.
Same thing with the caseless thing.
I just want to say I learned more about the G11 from this past 1 minute than I've ever known in my life.
Well, I mean, as a plug now, we're going to have...
The more you know.
The more you know. Yeah. Upcoming HK, we just came out with the Vickers Guide HK Volume 1, which is pistols. Future HK book we're going to be bringing out is going to have quite a bit on the G11.
Really?
Yeah, I show you the internals, show you it
So
disassembled.
can you buy are they still around?
The G11?
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was only ever a prototype.
That'd be like...
Yeah, it was prototype form. And then the word is, I don't know this for sure, but the word is HK kind of got in bad financial position because they put so much money into the G11, then the wall comes down. West Germany joins East Germany, and the West Germans say, you know what, we've got all this debt now to deal with from the East Germans. We're going to have to let this G11 piece go. We're going to have to forget it. And HK had put so much money into it, they were really in a world of hurt. And then from then till now, they've always had a variety of different owners.
Right.
Interesting.
So no one's touched it since.
No. They had G11's history. But it is cool that it's the official gun of the Space Force. I saw, where there's a guy floating in space like this.
Does it fire?
It's like laser.
I'm no.
It would fire up there, but think about there's no gravity. But think about how fast the bullet would be going.
And it would fire though. It would combust.
Yeah, sure, it doesn't require oxygen to combust.
It doesn't.
None of these guns do either.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why depending on the gun, you can fire them underwater.
Yeah,
you're right. But I always thought that in order to create fire, you have to have oxygen.
No, the way it's contained, you
Public
don't need
schools.
to do it.
Public schools.
The more you
I'm
know.
going to private school.
As Alex would say, the more you know.
The more you know, exactly. Well, good to know.
Oh my goodness. All right. So before we close it out, and I always say that, and then we go on for like another 20, 30
Oh,
minutes.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
which is
Say
completely
one more
cool.
thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's, if you're having a good conversation, let's keep it going. Right.
Right.
But one thing I've asked each of these guys and every guest, favorite pistol, favorite rifle ever, go.
Favorite
Yep,
pistol,
on the spot. Yep.
Glock 34 because I'd never clean it and it always ran.
Oh, Glock 34. I Glock your favorite pistol.
Yes,
Glock
I
34.
like. I know it's so simple and it's so just. I like my HKs, but
Sure.
it's so. It's simple. Like I don't have to. I never cleaned it. I didn't, and it ran anything, and that's with like a 3-pound trigger.
Now,
Yeah.
you still got it, though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still run it.
So-
I've had it for 6 years.
Yeah. So your Glock 34 now, because you've done competitive shooting.
Mm-hmm. That's what I ran, and I still prefer to shoot that over all my pistols when I go to the range.
Right. And see, that's the difference between like, you may embrace the term gun bunny because, like people want to use it as shade and everything else. But the difference is, I've talked to other people that might fit that term more accurately because it's kind of like, cool, I showed this off. Don't know what recoil management is. Don't know what the name of it is. Don't know what it shoots. And I'll never shoot at competition. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
I carry a Glock 43. I just
Yeah.
love Glocks. I do.
Well,
I
they're
have
reliable,
I have
no doubt.
1911. I have so many other pistols. I have FNs. I have HKs. It's just what I prefer, and it's what I'm good at shooting.
Right.
Like I did a YouTube video where I was shooting different calibers of different pistols I had, and they're all just not as great as. I don't know. It just fits my hand
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Most popular handgun in history. The Glock.
For a reason. Everyone's
Right.
just like
Yep.
overcomplicated. This and that. And I'm like, it's a Glock.
Glock, and it
It's
works,
not
and it runs.
interesting.
Yeah, Ryan was telling us, was it about a buddy of yours that he got a Glock and did all these crazy things to it, and then he started having reliability issues. He did
Yeah.
all
Oh,
sorts
what a
of things,
shock.
Yeah.
right? And so he goes to Glock apparently and says, "Hey, can you guys just look at this?" Like goes physically to Glock and says, "Do you mind just like looking at this and just telling like what's going on?" They bring him back a brand new Glock, a bag of parts, and said, "Keep this shit out of there. Have a nice day." And it's like,
That's great.
oh, it's like we build our guns for a reason, the way
Right.
they do.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like you want reliability, don't fuck with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tinker with the trigger and
Sure.
do
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah,
other
yeah.
things, but keep the components as they
It's
are.
that's classic American.
Yeah.
Classic American.
Yep.
is You'll take and do and actually very much improve things. It might be motorcycles, cars, whatever. Improve things, but it'll also go the other way as
Right.
well.
For
You'll
quality.
make things worse, and that is this country is famous for that. That's one of the things about being an
Well,
American.
it's called science and engineering for a reason, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we did steal a couple I don't know, German engineers after
Yeah,
World
to
War
get
II that got us to the
got
moon.
us to the moon, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is that. By the way, in 1969, aliens landed on the moon. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not, but
not.
Wow.
yeah, we were the aliens. But get it? Get
Wait,
it?
did we land on the moon though? Really?
It's a dad joke.
Oh, let's,
Oh, here
here we go. Here we go. He's pointing up.
conspiracy theory.
Yes.
I thought it was all like faked. in
It
a
is
studio
almost
somewhere.
very
Fake.
convincing.
There's a
if
movie,
you actually look
there's
into
a
it, it's
movie
very
about
convincing.
that.
But
The back day, Capricorn
Yeah.
1.
it's almost
Did you ever see
convincing.
that movie? You know about that movie?
I know about the movie, but I
Yeah.
have not
That
watched
the
it.
moon landing was fake, and in order to prove it, they killed off all the astronauts, but one guy survived.
Oh, yeah, and he
and
comes running.
He runs into his. He comes
runs
out of
into his funeral.
nowhere,
Oh,
and
I
he's
see that.
hiding from the government and all that, and then he comes running up into his funeral.
Yep, I actually did see
It's
that.
called
Oh.
Capricorn 1.
Well, I mean, you can't really flat Earth. Like you can't really do it from flat Earth, anyways, because the Earth is
Yeah,
flat.
right.
they
There's
said.
flat.
Yeah, we can go on and
Yeah,
on, but
that's
Yeah,
true.
we definitely could. Oh my goodness, dude. There's some good ones out there, and let's not even talk about elections, right?
Yeah.
But,
That's not a conspiracy.
That's
oh
fact.
my gosh, dude.
fact.
Dude, oh yeah, no, for sure. So you know what? Comment section, light it up. Let's go. Let's hear it. But anyway. Oh man, good freaking time. So, I think we can go ahead and probably cut it here because I feel like we're going to pick up with a part 2 segment here. We're going to go ahead and start checking the Instagram DMs and everything and see what you guys got as far as the Ask Me Anything, which I'm sure, you know how I said, we'll end it and then 20, 30 minutes later because I got. What's some of your favorite comments that you've gotten?
Probably the one that sticks with me the most is I love wearing your skin.
I'm sorry, what?
I love wearing your
Wow.
skin.
I love
Because of the
using your
operator
skin.
skin?
Yeah, I love
yeah,
your
operator
skin. I love wearing your skin. I love using your skin. It's like, oh, Right.
It
yes.
puts the lotion on its skin.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Not
yeah.
the character. Wow.
Puts
That's
the
the
lotion in
one.
the basket.
Yeah. When Operator Mara was first announced, and you were resharing everybody's stories of how the different ways they killed Mara. And
Yeah,
everything-
my mom was not happy about that, by the way. She was like, I can't look at this. I'm just seeing your head being bashed in and being shot in the back and stabbed. Like, this just makes me want to throw up. I just can't do this. And I'm like, I didn't think of it that way. I'm like, I mean, my brother was like, yeah, this is kind of weird. He's like, you know, I'm sure he enjoyed watching me die, but he was like, yeah, this is a little weird.
Oh my God, yeah. And then probably the amount of tea bags I saw.
Yes,
Oh,
I've even
boy.
teabagged myself. I mean, in the game, like
I'm like
my
really?
my dead body, and I was just like, boop boop. You have to, right?
Larry, do you know what teabagging is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were in a video game and would you
I'd-
teabag yourself?
I would totally
feel
teabag
like
myself.
You would have
Yeah,
to teabag
yeah.
yourself.
Kaya's pretty good at doing that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
At teabagging you?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
But it
it
is-
can't be any other way. There
Good
has
one,
to be.
Alex.
Yeah.
zing!
Boom.
Oh my God! All right, you know what?
That's
On
how
that
it's done.
note,
Close her out.
oh yeah, I think I will because we got the Ask Me Anything coming up, guys. So Alex, again, it's always so good. To
Thank
get
you. This has been fun.
dude. Absolutely, and
Yeah.
we're not done yet. Today's only right now is only just the beginning. We still got to get you a Grand Thumb. Kaya, he's gonna get introduced to that too.
I look forward to it.
Little, what'd you call it?
Ping.
Cherry ping?
Cherry ping, yeah,
Oh,
he's
I can't
little
wait.
ping cherry. That's what it is.
Ping cherry.
Yeah,
Hopefully
pink cherry.
hopefully I don't get that
Yeah.
grand thumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Garand.
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 Hey, John, can you
Garand
actually,
thumb.
just because for the audio, can you grab the M1 really quick? Can you just grab the M1 Garand? Because, I mean, dude, it's a podcast. People are going to want to see
Yeah,
it.
they're gonna
anyway.
wanna
Yeah,
hear
they're
it.
gonna be
They
like,
wanna
what's
see
this?
it
What's
pink.
this cherry
All
ping?
right.
Yeah, because
Pink cherry.
So, if for those of you that don't know, the M1 Garand is first of all an iconic classic rifle that shoots the 30-06 caliber, which is a pretty thick boy. It is a fascinating rifle.
It's a man's gun too.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You got to man up to shoot it. You got to man up to shoot it.
yeah.
in
Well,
one
she'll be
Garand.
taking one home, so I mean, this is gonna be
But
her.
it's a
Yeah.
woman's gun, but you got to man up.
Yeah.
Right, dude. I mean, but this thing it's sweet. But anyway, it's fed through what's called an in-block clip. It's not a magazine, and all of your magazines are not clips, right? And so it's fed through this a clipazine.
Are you getting that, Ryan? You got a good shot of it, or do we need to put it up here?
It'll
Good,
be all right.
okay.
I just got to make sure my cord doesn't.
This
go
is what
right
I
up.
was talking about.
I
that's
see what
that
you're
top
saying
one.
now.
Watch
I'm,
that.
I'm a little forward, yeah, with it.
So if you hold it right back here, which I don't have a problem with my fingertips about right here, and then this will kind of go back and
Right.
forth, and that doesn't mess with me, right?
that is, Larry, you just saved my fingers. Thank you.
See, I actually wasn't going to tell you that. I was going to let you figure this out on your
course
own.
I know.
Man,
Yeah.
See, Larry, this is
that's all right. Helping a brother out.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's fed through a 8-round clip, and when it goes empty, common myth, by the way, is that when this thing empties,
Thank
you'd hear
you.
this loud ping, right? And I've told the story, and you guys ate me up. This was a couple years ago. I told a story. I was like, hey, you guys heard this story where when that ping would go off, German or Japanese troops during World War II would hear that and knew to rush the American troops that were, because in combat,
I've heard that.
you would be able to hear this.
Yeah.
Right.
When there's a muzzle blast at the same time.
Right,
Yeah.
and then probably artillery and everything else going on in the chaos of war, you'd be able to hear that ping and
Right, you're
start
not paying
rushing.
attention to some minor little ping.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it's not like they have buddies that are also still shooting at you.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
all sorts
Yeah.
of fun stuff. But anyway, it's really easy to get what's called Grand Thumb because when you load it, it's different between like loading a empty clip, and then you've got the follower that's in the actual mechanism itself, and you just, it's kind of an awkward angle from here, push down and let it ride forward. When it's loaded, you have the clip that has all of its rounds. You push that in, and then all you got to do is give the charging handle a little love, and it goes forward. So you don't actually have to like do this number, and you can kind of come back and do that. If
So
you
is
want,
there, like, with rifles, instead of slamming the bolt forward, like, is there a way to not slam it to close it?
you can
without,
ride it.
like,
It's
You can
equipment?
ride it,
Practice.
yeah.
It's just practice. There is a bolt hold open device. It works a little bit different than what you're used to in an AR, and you do have to take tension off that to chamber around. But it all it does is take practice.
Okay.
The Grand Thumb, one of those things, is kind of something that it's kind of almost a newbie thing. I hate to say it, but you quickly get past it.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I really want one. I was like, wait. I was like, can we take this to the range? Because even though I've shot one, I haven't been able to like play with it at all. So I don't know.
Oh, don't
Once
worry.
you see it, you'll be like, okay, I got it.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be a good time. We got the 192 rounds in the spam can. We'll open that up on video and
Yay, the
everything.
spam can.
Yeah, no, there's not actual spam in it, but yeah, it'll be a good time. So, guys, stay tuned for the Ask Me Anything, and of course, by the time this podcast comes out, the video might be out, I assume. Yeah, Ryan is more than just a videographer. He plans, schedules, comes up with
Yeah, he's great.
so much.
Jack of all trades.
He
Yes.
answers my phone calls. He texts. I love him.
He should wear a cape.
I
He should
love
wear a
him,
cape
man.
for
I
sure.
love him.
Not all heroes wear capes, though.
That's
They just,
right.
they just have deep voices like him. But anyway, but we'll leave it off there. So, Alex, again, thanks for coming out.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank
having
you.
me.
Oh, absolutely. Kaya, of course. I mean, people will stay tuned and see your pretty face all the time. So
Can't wait, and I want to see them.
awesome. And Larry, thanks for joining us again,
Hey,
man.
thanks. I want to take time to thank CCWSafe. They're really bringing it to the table for me. Check them out, CCWSafe.com.
What is it exactly that CCWSafe does?
They are a concealed carry protection company. They offer protection for those that are concealed carry memberships. And I mean, they do constitutional carry, home defense, concealed carry. I call them the Porsche of the industry, or Porsche.
Thank you. It's a two-syllable word. That's
Porsche
right.
industry.
That's
They're
right.
they're first class guys. They're absolute first class.
Yeah.
Located out of Oklahoma City. CCWSafe.com. If you've never heard of them, check them out. I highly recommend it.
Cool. All right. Well, that's great information. Of course, if you do carry concealed carry, everyday carry, whatever else it might be, and you find yourself in a tricky situation and you have to use your firearm, it's probably good to have a little bit
That's
of a...
exactly why you're going to want them on your side.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, cool. Well, good to know. So thanks, Larry, for that. Again, thank you guys for all tuning in, and we will see you next time. God bless.
God bless.